Hello everyone, welcome to this weekly video sessions of Skyy Rider. These videos are dedicated for students and professionals to help them easy out their workflows on various softwares. So today we'll be discussing on how to do a power copy in CATIA software. Generally, when we perform any type of designing tasks, then there would be some of the, that means generally when we perform designing tasks, some of the features or some of the bodies needs to be created again and again. Like in here, there is a plate support. The support is used to support the plate for welding as well as various forming operations. But where do I need the support? You can say I can select the locations of supports, but I have to create this same body again and again in those locations. That means I have to spend nearly 10 to 15 minutes extra for modeling these bodies at various locations. If the complexity increases, then the multiplicity, or you can say the number or the count of these supports also increases. That means in some of the complex die plates, or you can say the some or complex manufacturing process, we need a lot of these supports. Even for manufacturing, like even for machines like CNC, milling, this type of supports are also used. So we have to use the supports to place our plate uniformly on the bed. But we have to repeat this support throughout this model. Just like on this stand, also we need to repeat the support. But if we use power copy, then we can do these things very easily. Let me just show you how power copy helps in repeating the same feature or body again and again without going through all the steps required for modeling the same body. How to do that? Generally, I have, or you can say, for this model, I have already created a power copy. So I will be using this power copy in order to replicate the model. So how to do that? I'll create a new body, insert body, then I'll go to insert, instantiate from selection, then I'll select the power copy. The power copy window pops out in here and it is asking me to select some of the features or some of the you can say options or parameters in order to place the body correctly. So it is asking me to select this stand, then it is also asking me to select the face, top face. I have to provide this top face 2 times. Then again it is asking me to select this edge. Then again it is asking me to select this face. And finally again it is asking to select this edge. So I will be selecting this edge. If I go for preview, you can see my body is placed. So without repeating the same modeling steps, I am able to place my body anywhere I want. I want to place my body, I can place my body anywhere I want. This is the power of power copy, or this is the robustness of power copy. That means you can instantiate your model as much time or as much counts as required without going through all the detailed modeling steps of those bodies. Going through all the detailed modeling steps of those bodies. Now, how to do the power copy? How to do the power copy? Generally, because how to perform this or how to create this power copy? Let me again delete this body. Let me delete this power copy also. In order to replicate a complete body, first select the body, then go to insert, knowledge templates and click on power copy. Automatically, the power copy definition window will show you the required inputs for creating this model. You can see in here, the required models or the required inputs for this model are, first we have to select the pad 2. Pad 2 is actually the pad that is, you can say, generally the handles. Okay, pad 2 or is actually the part body that contains all these supports, these handles and these plates. I have created them. I created them all in a single body, hence it is showing all. So I have to select any one of these stand. I can create them separately also. But main thing is I need to select any of these two stands. Okay. Excuse me. I need to select any of these two stands. Then once that is selected, it is asking me to select this face. Twice this face is selected. Why? Because first time the face is selected in order to create a circle. Another time the face is selected in order to create a sketch. Okay. So two face inputs are required. Then another, it requires this edge and this face also. It requires this edge and this face also. Why? In order to place the sketch properly. In order to place the sketch properly. Remember, it is asking all these parameters so that it can create the sketch properly, it can place the sketch properly, it can create the model properly, and also it can place the model properly along with the required definitions. Okay. So these are the reasons it is, these are the parameters, or this is the reason why it is asking for these parameters as inputs of the components. I'll go with OK. So it is showing that this will be in error during some of the power copy operations. If in here it is a very simple model, but still orientations, dependencies and other types of formulas that are associated with the sketch, you can say displays this error. That means the sketch may be in error. Okay. The sketch will be rerouted and may be in error. Okay. I'll go with OK. Let's see, if there is an error, we can repair the error. Okay. Repairing the error won't take any time if the error is very small and easy to repair. Okay, obviously. Now, what I will do is I will go for insert and I will be creating one body. So now I will try to, or I will use the power copy feature in order to create a model in this body, this clamp model. So I have created my power copy. I know what are the inputs. I know what are the inputs that I have to provide in order to create this clamp or this feature. And remember, this clamp is also sharing a relation with the thickness. If I change the thickness of this plate, the clamp thickness also changes. Okay. If I change the thickness of this plate, the clamp thickness also changes. Okay. So it is entirely dependent on the thickness of this plate. The dimensions of this clamp is dependent on the thickness of this plate. So the new power copy feature that I will be creating, it will also be dependent. Now remember, if I have to create the same model again, if I copy also, if I translate also, then also some of the features, some of these relations won't be available. Maybe there will be some error. But if we create a power copy, it will be exactly a copy of all the features, constraints, parameters of the parent model. So changing anything in the thickness will also change the power copy feature. So I'll select, you can select the power copy and go for instanted from selection. Or you can go to instanted from selection and select the power copy. You can go to instanted from selection and select the power copy. Now it is asking me to select the pad. Okay, selected. It is asking me to select the face 2 times. Selected. It is asking me to select the edge. Selected. It is asking me to select this face. Selected. Again it is asking me to select this edge. Selected. I'll go with preview. You can see my part is placed with all the relation with the parent part. Okay. Clear. So this is how you can create power copy. We will provide some of the other videos on power copy, including some complex models and die design. This is the basic of power copy. If you just want to replicate some of the models without straining yourself or without using additional effort, and you want to replicate them properly at given positions where you want to replicate them properly without using much effort and at specific locations where mirror and translate cannot be used. That means you cannot use mirror properly, or if you are using translate also, then it needs a lot of steps to translate the body to that location, and also constants are there that has to be maintained. So if you want to replicate your model effortlessly, use Power Copy. So I'll be ending this session in here. In the next video, I'll be showing you some of the improved versions of Power Copy, how you can very easily create a part completely independent of its parent, and you can replicate that part as much time as you require. It is just like creating your own library of parts. Creating your own library, just like design libraries that are available in SolidWorks libraries and Creo libraries, design libraries. That means you can create a gear, a key, a pulley just by providing dimensions and a certain reference. So those are actually your this type of features, power instantate features. Okay. So I'm closing the session. Thank you everyone.